Now, Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who lives in the St. Pete area. Congresswoman, after this storm passes, what do you expect to see when you go home?
Laura, I think like many residents that evacuated the Pinellas County region, I think that we're all anticipating that some of us, if we don't have homes, that the damage is going to be probably pretty devastating. But I will say that, right now we are focused on ensuring that our people are taken care of. That's the number one thing that any elected official has, is to ensure that our people are again taken care of. So if you are struggling with a FEMA claim, you can head to my office at luna.house.gov/hurricane. And I want everyone to know that I've actually been in talks with not just FEMA and the governor's office, but also the White House. And we are going to ensure that money goes to Americans, not illegals. The fact that that happened is unacceptable.
But also, too, we have. I mean, they're calling all that, I think, misinformation and disinformation. That's in the pile of complaints that we heard today from the White House. In other words, blaming the people for not having trust in their institutions and blaming, a couple of politicians, including Donald Trump.
Yeah, and that's unacceptable. And I've introduced and co-sponsored legislation to end that funding immediately. But we do have funding, and I want to assure the American people that we do have funding, introduced funding that's bipartisan. It's $15 billion that will go directly to Americans who have been impacted by the flooding and the hurricanes. And frankly, this next administration, the Trump administration, I believe, will put Americans first. But again, we are focusing on ensuring that everyone is taken care of. And I will say that locally in Tampa Bay, whether you're a Democrat or Republican or independent, we are working together to ensure our people are going to be taken care of. Governor DeSantis is ready and standing by, and we will help your family if they're in the area.
Congresswoman, we actually have a soundbite from Governor DeSantis when, again, they were pushing this narrative at a time where people are going to be fighting for their survival and their property, everything they've worked for. This is what the media goes with. Watch.
We live in an era where if you put out crap online, you can get a lot of people to share it and you can monetize that. That's just the way it is. But if you're hearing something that's just outrageous, just know, in the state of Florida, none of that stuff would ever fly. So you don't have to worry about that. FEMA is not leading this show. We are leading this show here in the state of Florida. We're marshaling whatever assets are available to us.
Congresswoman, man, he's had more experience with managing hurricanes, I believe, than any living governor, I believe.
Most certainly, and if there's one person that will handle the job, it's Governor DeSantis, and I look forward to working with him to ensure that our residents are taken care of. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, Congresswoman, our prayers are with the people of Florida. I'm a part-time resident of Florida, focusing on the west coast of Florida. This is just so heartbreaking, and we just pray as hard as we can tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.